Hello. Um, did I intend to wear the same hoodie that I'm wearing in the thumbnail? No, but here we are. Um, I was hoping I didn't look as crappy as I feel, but looking at myself in the camera, that is very clearly not the case. However, I am here. I am excited to talk about this book. And wow, that shelf does look really good behind me. I can't wait until that is all my special editions. It's gonna look great. Anyway, hello, good afternoon. Um, I have been ill for almost a week, so here we are. Yes, me too. I love Tucker, and I've loved Sabrina since she was introduced in Dean's book, and just getting to see, like, more of her was really cool for me. It will. I'll have to find a new place for Dungeon Crawler Carl because it won't fit the vibe of the shelf anymore, but yeah. Um, Hi Stacy. Parents are on their way over to visit, but I'm here for a little bit to talk about the book. Perfect, because I want to talk about it and I'm very excited, but I don't know how long I can physically go for. So let's talk about it. Let's address the elephant in the room, the accidental pregnancy trope. Like that, it's a thing. Favorite book for the first half, and then it took a turn. Was that turn the pregnancy? Because that was when it took a turn for me as well. Like, I love them as parents, and I can't wait for you to see their other that's a spoiler. Whatever. I can't wait for you to see their other child in future books. But um it is really cool to see. Like I do like how they are how they have become I like them as parents. I don't like how we got there. Uh Agree, love the first half. Then when everyone found out about the pregnancy, my desire to read it fizzled out. Sort of, but also just how everything went after she had the baby. Yeah, that all makes sense. Um, because it really was kind of like a weird vibe. I'm going with vibe, but I don't feel like that's the word I want. Um, but yeah, like just everything was so it was weird. Like I didn't I didn't feel like I needed a pregnancy from my hockey romance, if I'm being completely honest. Um, Kept waiting for a third act breakup and it just felt strange. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Um, it's just like the way they exist kind of around each other and like I don't know how they're both still kind of trying to do like their own thing. Um, yeah. Their arc is their arc is very interesting for sure. Just because of how they start and then how everything we revisited and all that. But yeah, what other thoughts do we have? Because I'm gonna be honest, my brain hurts. Oh, and what do we feel about I always wanna know what people think. What do we think about the, One Tree Hill style baby naming? Because That's all I could think of when they picked the name of their daughter. Like, it's a cute name, but yeah. Sabrina was so stubborn. I understand that you have your pride, but once you're bringing another human into the world, your priorities in life have to change, and she needed to suck it up. I agree. And I know you probably looked at, like, you probably came at this from a different lens than I do because you are also a parent and I am not, nor do I have any desire to be. But yeah, I definitely agreed with this. Like, yes, your goals are important, but you can't you can't just do it by yourself. It took two, and yes, like you said, she needed to realize she was in an unsafe situation and accept Tucker's help. Like, he was being a good dude, and compared to literally everyone she lived with and so many people, just hi, welcome. I'm You're not late, you're here. That's what counts. Hello. It was just like it was a choice. I It was certainly a choice, and it just made me think of One Tree Hill when everyone is named after the female's last name, because you have James Scott, Sawyer Scott, and Davis Baker. Um, I agree, she needed to accept Tucker's help so much more, and I can't believe she brought a baby back to that house. Me too, because she, like, from what I remember, because 'cause I'll be honest, I forgot to reread the book because 'cause I've been stressed. From what I remember, she, like, she knew that it was a crappy situation, and yeah, like, she knew what she was. Hi, Andrea. Yes, we are not sprinting. I'm doing my live show and then going back into a cave, but I am going to sprint sometime soon. I'm just almost out of hours. Um, but back to this. Um, yeah, like, she knew. Bye. It was great seeing you. Um, but yeah, like, she knew the situation she was in, and then to bring Jamie into that was, like, really not a great choice. Also, hello, Nat. Um, really thought that she would wake up and realize how bad the situation was after she actually had the baby. It just really pissed me off that she just thought she could lock her door. Yeah. Yeah, the a lot of the decisions she made were absolute choices with a capital C. Hi, Haley. And just to think that, like, oh, it'll be different because there's a baby. No, people are still shitty people. Like, they don't just get better because you, someone they barely tolerate, brought life into the world. When you had Tucker right there who was willing to do all the things and be there, basically. Um, but yeah. It's just so interesting to me how it's, again, though, too, like, um, this part, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And she knew who they were her whole life. She had been dealing with it for forever. It wasn't like they magically changed or got redeemed or anything like that. That first night when the baby was crying and her stepdad was getting mad, I was like, "What are we doing here? He's going to hurt this baby." It was horrible to read. Yeah. And I think that doing the baby thing was Elle trying something new, and I think she had ideas and she thought, um yeah, she left the baby there alone while she was at class. "Leave the baby with Tucker, what are you doing?" Yeah, because it's not like she didn't have the baby's father to be there for her. Like, it's not like she was doing it by herself. Like, Tucker was in it from the beginning. He wasn't going anywhere. He was being a good old Southern boy. We're in this together. And it could have been so much worse. Like, I thought a lot about, imagine if, I have to get comfy. Imagine if this had happened with literally any of the other guys. Because as much as I love Garrett, Logan, and Dean, none of them would have handled this the way that Tucker did. Because John Tucker is an amazing person. And we don't deserve him. But yeah, those were a lot of my thoughts. Because just going through this storyline was a journey for sure. Tucker is my sweet angel baby. I love all of them. Same. I Despite the way I felt about the end of it, Tucker was still my favorite guy. I love a beard, and he was so sweet and supportive. Yes. He was definitely like, as much as I'm a Dean DeLaurentis, like, that's my guy. But I will be the first to admit that Tucker would be the best person to partner with in this universe. Just because he's a decent human from the jump and didn't need a woman to fix him. I like the way the pregnancy was handled up until she actually had the baby. Yeah. Yeah, because there's so many times where it's not handled well. Tucker is just a big nurturing teddy bear. Yeah, and you've seen that growing like throughout the whole series, really, because he was their Mr. Mom at home too. Like, he was cooking for everybody. So to see him end up in this role that he ends up in is very interesting. And surprising only in the sense that I didn't expect Elle to write this plot. I'm not surprised that he is the one I went to when she did write it, but yeah. StreamYard telling me my mic is muted every time I cough. Yes, I did that. I'm also very excited that this did get its special edition announced finally. They had open conversation of what they do, and Tucker was so supportive and ready to be there for her no matter what. I love that he didn't push her and was just there for her. I agree. I 100% agree with this. Because a lot of times it's not written like that. It's written much more chaotic and panicky. And yeah, he knew she would run. Like, he wanted her to feel safe because of everything that she had been going through. Sabrina's the bottom of the list of FMCs you like, but she just ticked you off the whole time. I could see that perspective. I liked Sabrina more than Grace. But I would like to remark that it was criminal to live through Bo Maxwell again. Yes, I also agree with this. there was no reason that I needed to do that twice. I didn't even want to do it once. And now I'm gonna have to do it a third time. Like, I actually don't even I think I saw him get cast. I don't even know. I've been like keeping up but not keeping up at the same time. For me, the goal is third. Because it goes the score, the deal, the goal, the mistake. And that's not getting into Briar U. Because if I adding Briar U and Campus Diaries, it's a whole other order. But I knew what you meant. But yeah, the goal is definitely my third, but it's very close with the deal. I think the deal and the score were 5 stars. The goal was 4.5, and the mistake was 4. Oh, everything's shaking. And you flip-flop Grace and Sabrina because both of them just made you so irritated. Yeah, that's valid. The deal, the score, the goal, the mistake. Yeah, this is a good order as well. Agreed. And I'm very excited for his casting now that I've let it. Well, actually, I was never mad about Garrett's casting. But Beau's death hit me way harder in this book because we saw more of it and saw the funeral from Dean's perspective. We just see Dean spiral and don't see everyone else's reaction. Yeah, I agree with this as well. Like, there's so much more happening with it in the goal because you are seeing like you're seeing it from the point of view of people who were not as attached to Beau as Dean was, which is saying I don't know where I was going with that, but I do agree with this statement. And I agree that is a good order. Any order is a good order. You are allowed to enjoy the books in any order that you please. Everyone just has their preferences. I can't get over how those two books look next to each other. Like, it's just, yeah. Yes. Yeah, very good order. I don't even know who this is. Like, no clue whatsoever. So I have no idea who they are playing. I more than anything need a release date so I can know when to be excited for that. Oh, okay, I did watch that. I just don't remember it. But yeah. I am excited for people to read The Legacy. I could see this and I'd be okay with that. Can Snapchat shut up? I don't care. Yeah, that would work. I'm excited for people to read The Legacy. It's a very different vibe, I would say, than the other 4. And I'm curious to see how people feel about it. Because it's a bunch of epilogues in one book. Not that we're done talking about the goal yet, but I just had that thought as I looked at the Barnes and Noble tab I've had open for 2 weeks. Yeah, I haven't even gone on IMDb at all. I've just been relying on Manu sending me things on Discord because I'm too lazy and burnt out to search things out myself. Also kind of hated Tucker's mom. She was so mean to Sabrina. I guess she thought she was being protective of her son, but that's literally the mother of your grandchild. Yes. Like, I get she's a Southern mama and she's protective as heck, but like, I had pulled something up. Hang on. Um, but yeah, like, Sabrina didn't deserve that, and I did love when Sabrina finally like stood up to her and was like, "No, we're not doing this anymore. I didn't need this in my universe, and I'm going to ask you to stop." This does tend to be the vibe. There were a couple bits and pieces that I like. There are a couple bits and pieces that I like, but as a whole, it feels unnecessary. And I probably, if it weren't so many people reading it for the first time, don't know if I would have included it in the read along. Upon further research, people seem to think she will be Grace. I could see that. Hales has her feelings, but I could see that. I think it all just depends on what they do and where they're going. I'm also curious of like how it's all gonna play out. Like I know it's gonna be different, but I'm curious to read the next one, but I don't know how I'll feel about it. Epilogue novellas tend to be the sort of extra thing that I don't always read. Yeah, I didn't realize at first, like when I read it for the first time, what it was. Um, and yeah, so when I read it, I was just like, what am I doing? But it did have some laughs, and there is a storyline that runs through the whole thing that is absolutely the best part of the book. But I'm just very curious to hear what other people think. Um, yes, also this. I don't think I liked Dean and Allie's either, which for me is saying something, as we all know. But yeah, guys, we have almost completed the first chunk of this world. We've got one book left in off campus, and then we go to the next. So prepare your semi goodbyes. Just glad it's short, but I probably won't be binging it in 2 days like the rest. Yeah, I would do like one chunk at a time. I need to get in this Discord so I can see everyone's thoughts. Elle Kennedy is my girl. I thought you were in it. I'll send the link when we get off here. Um, but yeah, I too, Elle Kennedy is also my girl, and I have 3 books technically coming from her in the next 3 months. Because I have my Score and Mistake special editions coming, and I've got a signed copy of Love Song coming. I know you've stayed relatively caught up too. Like, I'm proud of you. I'm glad that we were I'm glad we switched it to one a month so that you can realistically stay caught up. Cuz it's a fun world, and like it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a great escape. I have a blast with it, as exhibited by owning the entire series and working on getting it all in special edition, which I've never intentionally done before. So yeah. Also, I can't get over how good that shelf looks. I agree. And especially when we see them like really progress with certain group chats that are one of the funniest parts of the newest books. Like you see those bonds forming and changing and developing, and it's just really cool to see them grow. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a good group, and you can tell they all genuinely care about each other, which is cool in a friend group because I feel like so many friend groups in life are just toxic. So it's nice to have this wholesome hockey team that we can escape to. All right. Does anyone have anything else? Because I need to blow my nose and I don't want to do that on camera. I appreciate you all coming and hanging out. Um, our show for the legacy is in 3 weeks. It'll be on January 4th at I think 4 o'clock. I will hopefully be less or not this at all because I'm over it. Yeah. It's quick. Oh, I forgot this was happening. Yeah, well, good luck with that. It might end up getting pushed because I think I'm with my sister on the 4th now that I'm looking at my calendar, but I'll keep everybody updated on how that goes. But yeah, I believe in you. You've managed to squeeze in the others at the final hour, so and with us having the times later now, it gives you time that day. Yes, both Haleys will be in Florida. Yeah, I was gonna say you're literally moving to Disney. But yeah. So I hope everyone enjoyed this low energy conversation. I appreciate you all. Yes, she is doing this. But yeah, I appreciate you all. I'm gonna go do homework and play Disney Dreamlight Valley. I appreciate you guys too. Um, but yeah, I will talk to you guys around the internet, and I'm gonna go be a potato. Happy, what day is today? Sunday.